And you best believe these owners are going to be scouring the market for who can reel in the big fish, the biggest fish of them all, Caitlin Clark. Take a look here. This is crazy. It is going down, y'all. It's going down like Young Jock. I keep trying to tell you. Sparks agree to part ways with general manager Reagan Pebley. The LA Sparks have agreed to part ways with general manager
Following the most disastrous corporate leak in sports history, the entire multi-billion-dollar WNBA infrastructure is rapidly spiraling out of control, and the very fabric of professional athletic governance has officially fractured at the highest economic level. Every league non-disclosure agreement has reportedly been circumvented by what was conceived behind closed doors as a highly confidential, multi-million-dollar institutional operation, revealing a tremendous seismic shift that has permanently altered the Indiana Fever franchise's power balance. The Los Angeles Sparks' aggressive billionaire ownership group has formally issued a $50 million hostile contract offer, and tonight we are presenting the conclusive documentation of this, a massive financial raid that has completely dismantled head coach Stephanie White's poisonous management. The dam has finally burst on live broadcast after months of frantic attempts by corporate leaders and media networks to contain the growing internal conflict inside the Indiana facility. Her former coaching staff is now facing terminal career terror, following Clark's formal legal acceptance of the record-breaking West Coast terms, which immediately sparked an operational revolt. The antiquated systems of administrative gaslighting have completely vanished into thin air. The countdown to the complete annihilation of the Fever's organizational legitimacy has officially hit zero, and the legal compliance networks are collapsing under intense public scrutiny. The whole community must first confront the grim truth of the professional betrayal Caitlin Clark endured within the Indiana institution in order to understand why this extraordinary $50 million exodus represents the final, planned rescue for her historic career. The administrative leadership consistently devised methodical strategic moves intended to deliberately suppress the generational star's athletic market power throughout the course of the previous competing cycles. Manufactured bench rotations, intentional late-game isolation strategies, and passive-aggressive press room statements were all part of head coach Stephanie White's risky, haughty procedure, carried out to safeguard the entrenched music bureaucratic hierarchy's precarious corporate comfort. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 83% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So, did you subscribe already? Great, thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video.
Into her and built a team to play around her. They've spent 2 off seasons building a team to play without Caitlin Clark. It's clear as day. It's very simple, and I think the writing is pretty much already on the wall. At the end of the season, Kelsey Mitchell contract is up. Caitlin Clark is up for the Epic. Whatever. The Indiana Fever are going to be forced to pick a direction. They're either going to choose Kelsey Mitchell and Stephanie White, or they are going to choose Caitlin Clark. And I include Stephanie White in that because Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark, philosophically, they just don't see basketball from the same lens. It's that simple. I don't believe that they hate each other off the floor. I just don't think that on the floor, it's a good mix. I think they just see the game through 2 different lenses. And we have been yearning and calling for Stephanie White to actually stand up for, represent, and be front and center for Caitlin Clark. And she's refused to do it at every turn outside of a 30-second clip post the Alyssa Thomas situation, in which she backtracked on everything she said and made Alyssa Thomas the victim when her superstar point guard was the victim. It just makes no sense how Stephanie White has gone about this. And you see the things that LA Sparks doing. You got Cameron Brink, who's friends with
her own bench. Clark faced unnerving institutional silence for every remarkable milestone she accomplished. A poisonous culture of ingrained administrative jealousy continuously placed individual front office power ahead of worldwide competitive supremacy. The coaching staff honestly believed they could consistently undermine the sport's most valuable asset without suffering immediate financial repercussions. However, the Fever management skillfully ensured their own dramatic downfall by turning a top-notch locker room into an oppressive theater of administrative warfare, placing their franchise cornerstone in the hands of an aggressive Los Angeles syndicate that was simply waiting to strike. The instant the Sparks ownership group's exclusive financial plans were transmitted through secondary digital means.
Get into the new ownership before I even get to what Coach had to say. Okay, now this new ownership group came in and they are looking to make major moves. Okay, hold on one second. Now this is Ramona Shelburne. Okay, a longtime sports writer for ESPN Los Angeles. Okay, now Ramona Shelburne said this. Okay, Sparks ownership, the Walter Group, has been much more involved with the franchise this season, just as they have with the Lakers. From what I understand, this is more of an organizational shift than anything.
An instantaneous systemic shockwave swept through the entire professional basketball business structure. The government of Los Angeles did more than provide a typical trade acquisition package. They carried out an executive raid that was cold-blooded, carefully planned, and designed to capitalize on the Fever organization's developing administrative division. With the support of enormous international venture capital investments, the Sparks developed an extravagant $50 million generational pay plan using long-term ownership structures and unusual corporate endorsement linkages that completely circumvented conventional luxury tax restrictions. The purpose of this historic West Coast move was to provide Caitlin Clark with complete professional immunity from the poisonous administrative garbage she was drowning in back in Indiana.
The team and Atlanta. So obviously, I found out this morning, Reagan's a friend of mine and I care about her. And this is the hard part in sports, right? But right now I'm just, focused on the team.
Sense of urgency kind of heightened, or has it already been kind of there already?
Like, what do you mean?
The sense of urgency of
we've had the sense of urgency all season. We've had just peaks and valleys with how we've played and who we've had active and injured and stuff. But I feel like we're playing
now. Lynn Roberts, she understands the pressure is on her as a coach because there's no guarantee that you're gonna make it. There's no guarantee that this ownership group is gonna keep you around. The ownership group may be scouring around for a coach that already has a great relationship with Caitlin Clark. They're gonna be looking to make a partnership. And I think, listen, man, things are happening behind the scenes. I 100% believe things are happening, and there's a chance that this thing...
Confirmation of Clark's acceptance of this historic ultimatum has triggered an uncontrollable state of absolute hysteria in corporate boardrooms, prompting primary network sponsors to immediately freeze their local Midwest marketing budgets after realizing that the greatest television star in history has successfully engineered her permanent escape from their corrupt system. Head coach Stephanie White is now the exclusive focus of the disastrous consequences of this financial mutiny that has been revealed. Her professional reputation has been totally and permanently destroyed across the internet worldwide. As she confronts the fact that her own estranged celebrity has outwitted her, the cozy illusion of total executive control has rapidly transformed into a dreadful professional nightmare. Primary shareholders are demanding urgent systemic accountability, and internal leaks from a secure Indiana facility show that emergency corporate board sessions are presently taking place around the clock. Right now, White is completely immobilized in her profession. The rest of the locker room infrastructure has entirely rejected her tactical authority. High-level investors are publicly calling for her immediate forced firing before the entire brand suffers a full-scale fan-led financial boycott and her commercial viability is completely destroyed. The corporate PR shield has completely vanished. Millions of angry fans are mocking the formulaic, carefully crafted damage control messages across the internet. On live broadcast, the final countdown to a complete administrative purification is taking place. With Caitlin Clark formally entering the Los Angeles Sparks multi-million-dollar limelight, the entire contemporary world of international sports entertainment has reached a point of no return. This is no longer a typical athletic transfer. This is a full-scale cultural and economic revolution demonstrating that administrative corruption and bureaucratic jealousy will no longer hold generational brilliance captive.
It's not going to be good, but we have the talent needed, even with KP out, even with Cam out, to be more competitive than that.
Yeah. During this stretch, talk to me about just the decision today to just practice and just say, we're just going to watch film. You know, if you want to shoot a little bit, you can shoot a little bit, but not even really do too much on court, and just say, like, this is what we got to do. Here it is. Let's go do it.
And that's the reality at this point in the season too. Like, we don't need to go through our plays right now today and wear them down physically. It's mentally having the focus and the intensity needed to execute. It's that simple. Now, it's hard to do, but I'm not saying it's simple to do, but it's a simple fix. Like, that's what it is. Being in the right coverages, whatever it is, offensively being where we need to be. Like, do your job, all of us.
With Kelsey Plum and Brink out, you need more than just the starter. You're always going to need more than starters, but in particular, you're definitely going to need more from the bench. This last game, you played everybody, right? And everybody had a decent amount of minutes. What do you want to see from when you mix in players like Kate Martin and, you know, maybe Peely this week and Kiana Williams and just Emma Cannon, she got some quality time. Park, like whoever it is, like what do you want to see from these bench players when they're kind of in the mix with the starters to kind of just keep it going?
Well, they got to bring life off the bench, play with some confidence. And again, it's player one through every DB player. Like, execute what we're supposed to be doing. Be focused, be in the moment. Don't be thinking about the shot you missed or the foul you didn't get or the turnover you had or the fact that your player just scored. Like, next play mentality. It takes a level of toughness mentally. That's what I need from everybody.
With this stretch, have you considered going to more of a hockey substitution? I noticed there are a couple teams in the league, they just be popping players out there, and I looked at, like, for example, I looked at the Valkyries the other day, and like even the minutes, it looked like an AAU team.
Maintaining an unparalleled autonomous empire worth $50 million on the West Coast, Clark has not only preserved her own historic future, her erstwhile betrayers are now drowning in the complete wreckage of their own strategic failure, as she has created the ultimate blueprint for athlete empowerment on a global scale. The total corporate reckoning is being carried out with horrifying mathematical accuracy, and the hunters have officially become the prey. Will Indiana's surviving top leadership resign willingly before their billion-dollar brand equity is totally destroyed? Or will this historic uprising by fans become the final impetus for a long-term elimination of dishonest leadership across the sports industry? There is one thing that is certain. The whole world is watching every business action going forward. This multi-million-dollar fight has reached its maximum boiling point, and the next explosion is going to alter everything forever. Please share your thoughts in the comment section, subscribe, and enable all notifications so you don't miss anything. We'll see you in the next one after you click the video on the screen.